Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Taiba Has a Kicks.com, and this wasn't planned at all. Today, yesterday I was trying to get the playoff 12s. So I did the app thing on Foot Locker and I struck out, couldn't get a size 12 or 13 that I was looking for. And today I decided to just go to the mall. Now, yesterday was like 70 degrees in Maryland. It was nice, and then today it snowed. So I guess most people didn't want to do anything going out. So I drove to the mall and walked into my Foot Locker and asked the guys, do you still have the playoff 12s? And they go, yeah, what size do you need? And I said, what size do you have? He wouldn't tell me what size they had because according to policy, you can't do that. So I told him I needed 12. He went back, couldn't find a 12, came back out, and he goes, I don't have a 12. And I told him, okay, let me try to get a 13. So basically, I was sending him back and forth. He finally got the 13 for me, and I picked it up this morning. So I just wanted to show you a couple of things. If you look at the shoe cost, by the way, $210. So if you look at the label here, they ripped it, right? So basically, it was done on purpose. I first thought that the reason why they did this is because I guess they were getting overstock from China, but that wasn't the case. It's because originally it said 190, but because Nike didn't want to get into any kind of like legal trouble, they ripped off the label. They asked all the retailers to rip it off and then bump it up to like 210. So I don't know exactly when they changed the price, but this was originally 190. So which means the shoe had been produced a long time ago, and they decided to change the price at their own given time. So which I'm going to look right now. So it was produced in July of 2021, between July of 2021 and October of 2021. That's what the date says. If you look, that's what the date says. All right. So I don't know when they decided to change the date. So that's not right. $20 on top. You're making people pay much, and you're asking retailers to rip off the label. That's not good business practices. I didn't think that was nice. I didn't think that was right that they did that. But, you know, they can get away with it. They know people are going to go for it. So this is the playoff 12. Okay, so the playoff 12, again, classic shoe. Originally released in 1997. That's when Michael Jordan and the Bulls were playing against the Utah Jazz. And I was at the time, I was born in 1981. So I was still, 1997, I was 16 at the time. And I was still living back in Togo. So it wasn't like we were watching the games. So we were not really watching the game, so to speak. So we kind of had just to know the score. Michael Jordan everybody loved Michael Jordan. Even back in Togo, we all loved Michael Jordan. So he played against Utah Jazz, and then they had John Stockton and Karl Malone. They revolutionized the pick and roll. So the playoff 12 came out at the best possible time. Michael Jordan was still running. He was still pretty much a marquee player in the league. And the 12 was inspired by the Japanese flag, the rising sun. So do you see the lines here? This is supposed to emulate the rays of the sun on the Japanese flags. Actually, a Jordan 12 came out that was called the rising sun. It was a white and red Jordans. They came out, I don't know when, but those were specifically dedicated to the flags of Japan. So this, again, if you see the lines here, that's supposed to emulate the Japanese flag. Now, again, when the Jordan 12 came out, Jordan wasn't the only one that actually loved the shoe. Scottie Pippen liked it. He absolutely loved it to the point where he put away his own Air Max up-tempos and was balling in the 12s. And I guess Luke Longley and another guy named Ben Wellington, I think he also liked the shoe. So all three guys, they loved the shoe, and actually it became an instant classic. I tried to play with a full game 12, and he was kind of hurting my feet a little bit because it was too narrow on the 4-foot area. I have a wide foot. But again, the playoff 12 is a classic. So what you have here, I guess they're trying to stay close to the original release. Black, and it's a really glossy black color here. And then you have white synthetic leather with the snake skin pattern a little bit on the mud guard. And then the tab here, this tab with the Jumpman logo, and then the eyelets in metallic silver. And then you have your Jumpman logo on the outside of the tongue, 223. So all this, you guys know about this sneaker. So it's not like you don't know about it. You have your herringbone threads for cut to the basket, and then your carbon fiber shank, again, for torsional rigidity so the shoe doesn't bend. You can see it's really sturdy here. Again, the playoff 12 is an incredible shoe. Now, for the guys that want to legit check this sneaker, there's a couple of things you need to look at. I saw the fake ones, which I actually did a real versus fake on my website. So what you want to look for is this plastic tab on the fake ones is gray instead of silver. This is silver. This is silver. The fake one is gray. You're going to see that. I may put up a picture up there for you to see. But this is what you want to check. Okay, that's one of the key things that they missed. And if you look on the back, on the fake ones, these here on the midsole is crooked. The edges are rugged. It's too bad. And the tab on the fake ones is also too short. Okay, this is a longer tab on the authentic. On the fake one, is too short. And then the eyelet on the fakes have extra ridges. So those are the things you can look for. And you can also look at the tongue here. The tongue usually, like on the, if you look at the fake ones, this liner here is crooked again. It's not even, just like on the authentic. On the authentic is really nice, well done. And the carbon fiber shanks on the fake one, sometimes it could be black and white. So you might want to check that out. And this is pretty much it for this shoe. Now, as far as the box is concerned, I don't think there's anything that I want to talk about. It doesn't have any kind of sticker on it. But for legit checking, if you look at this here, if you rub your fingers on this RFID identifier, you see there's a little bump here. That's because if you rip the label, behind it is a chip. This is how they track this sneaker. So this is a way you can check to see if your shoes are authentic. Now, usually the shoes that come from overseas, they don't have the MSRP sticker. But in this case, Nike asked most Foot Locker employees and Finish Line employees or any retailer's employee to rip the labels. So this shouldn't be a good way to like authenticate your shoe. Don't look at this here. You may want to rip the label to see if that behind the label you have that chip. Okay. And this is pretty much it, man. Like, the shoe looks incredible. It's an amazing sneaker. You can't go wrong with this play of 12s. I mean, it's a great, great looking shoe. Okay, one more thing. On the fake ones, the 23 is too small. And the red is not really flamboyant. It's not really shiny. On the fake one, it's flat. Okay, and again, on the fake one, it's not glossy on the quarter panel. The quarter panel is pretty flat. It's matte color. So you want to check that out. Make sure this is glossy on your pair to make sure you authenticate it. And then, again, the plastic tab is supposed to be silver. On the fake is gray. So that's all I wanted to tell you today. Again, if you want to grab these size 13, I will have a link for you in the description. Again, thanks for watching. This is Ty from Master Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff. Bang.